All right, guys, we got crypto after dark, pretty much CryptoNight, as they say, for an aptly titled new algorithm that's out there. But I think when it comes to some of these mining situations, you're going to have to recognize that there are pools out there that are going to skim what you have in there. So there is a build-up period for mining rig rentals when they're trying to figure out exactly how you should come at them with difficulty levels, right? So, you know, there'll be a predefined and set number of difficulties that work well, right? I mean, if it's too much of a difficulty, then it'll take a while in order to get the block rewards submitted, and it's just more of a risk. So people come in usually with the lower amount of block reward or mining difficulty, or no, the difficulty they set for the rig coming in, right? So usually they'll have two sets of pools, or two sets of numbers that they'll give you. One being the lower difficulty, which is for, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 computers that are GPU or using Antminer or something small, right? But then they'll have the NiceHash difficulty one, where they're going to get slammed. Like, if you've ever run NiceHash for even a few minutes, especially on the ones that are running like the Antminers, it's going to come at you with a lot of rigs, and for that you need a lot of difficulty to kind of spread it across. So that's what you should be aware of, because when people come into this space, they think, oh, well, I'll just enter the information in my stratum and, you know, everything will be hunky-dory and no problem. And it does take a while to figure out that, yeah, some of them will geolocate for you, some of them won't. Some of them will like what you're submitting and some won't. Some will take, like, I've had ones take like half an hour in order to register, and that's a problem. Because on the mining rig rental side, it's showing sometimes that it's one speed, and on the pool it's showing another. You do have situations where you'll get over-delivered. At the pool, they'll see you're pushing in more than what you're being billed for. But you have to keep in mind that there will be a disconnect, especially during the first 15 minutes. You know, some go immediately and change what they're mining, right? You go in there and you put in what you want your pool to be, your backup pool, and, you know, whether you, on mining rig rentals, you'll do it quickly. You can click like a button and it'll direct a bunch of hashing power. Or if you use NiceHash, it's pushing all to that. And I advise on NiceHash to use the test just to make sure that it's compatible, because a lot of times it's not compatible, even though that it says that it is. So it's especially a consideration for NiceHash, but you'll find much higher levels of ease with mining rig rentals, because a lot of times it's just one GPU or just a few GPUs going into these different systems or these different pools. And then what you'll see a lot of times, increasingly so because of the disparity in prices, mining rig rentals, in the case of all algorithms except for X16R and a few others, are going to be more expensive than NiceHash. So people are still going to NiceHash because it's delivering them like guaranteed prices. And on mining rig rentals, they're saying, here's what I have to deliver, and you'll either recalculate based on the average price, or they'll say, you know, I want this much, which is like a ridiculous amount for a lot of these smaller algorithms. And it's like, if you want to pay me this much, you know, go for it. Like, you're not very intelligent for doing so, but give it a try. So you have to be aware that nowadays you'll actually see like a lot of zombie rigs. So people will come and say like, we'll turn on within 15 minutes of you paying for it. And a lot of times they'll slam it near the end. And yeah, I've seen it where, you know, you buy a penta and then it'll be nothing for the whole pretty much 3 hours. And at the end, it'll hit with like 100 penta. So that's obviously something from NiceHash. And so you have to be careful based on what you want. There are people that are kind of working the system on mining rig rentals in order to get that 100% so they're not debited the total speed of what the user bought. But when you buy something, you don't necessarily want to slam the algorithm because your rewards, you know, they may be good. You may get the block if you're getting something like, if you're mining, you know, Bitcoin or, you know, bits, BCH or, yeah, Bitcoin Cash, ABC. But, you know, if you're mining something much smaller, then that's not going to do you a lot of good. You're just going to go in with almost 100% of the net calculation speed or net speed of the entire pool, and you know you'll definitely get a block, but it won't be anywhere near with the value that you put in to get that rental going. So definitely when you're using mining rig rentals, look after the previous rentals. Are they all green? Are a few red? And if there's nothing there, then very likely someone just put on that particular one to slam, right? Because it's really easy to just say, oh, I have a new rig, and then click new, and then even there may be a few of them where, you know, their buddies went in there and mined, you know, used the rig, and then it's actually just a mining rig rental going to another mining rig rental. So I see that often too. Like people will buy it, and then they'll use their own rig as a pass-through that'll go to a pool. And if they can sell it for more than what they're renting it for, then obviously they'll do that. So it's an interesting platform, and the whole ecosystem is kind of built upon, you know, making an ROI, right? Making a profit. So you have to know what to look for, and having some experience definitely counts.